Well, they're learning at breakneck speed that business as usual just doesn't going to work for them anymore.
Whoa!
And yes, we're talking about the mouse, the house of mouse. It's not going to work for them anymore. The way that they've tried to sweep things under the rug, the way that they've tried to lie about numbers and viewership and everything like that, it's just not going to work. So, what they have recently done is bring back the Indiana Jones. I would say the trilogy, but they also included the fourth one. Take that with what you will. No, it says the D plus quietly revives Indiana Jones blockbusters after a shocking disappearance. Well, here's why I say that they're learning on the run that business as usual isn't going to work anymore, because you got the internet, you got people with voices. And as soon as they learn about these things, they immediately make videos, they make speculations, and you're going to have to answer. You can't keep it hidden forever like you used to. So after the surprising disappearance, well, they just now reinstated the four classic, well, three classic, and then Crystal Skull. And their temporary removal alongside other titles, vanishing from the platform in recent months, drew criticism and confusion from subs, especially given the company's usual emphasis on Disney Plus being the home of iconic franchises. Also, D Plus original content should always just stay on there. Whether it sucks or not, you put your money into it, and that's the only place they're going to be able to find it. That's kind of the onus is on you to keep it on your platform. What are they trying to do? Are they trying to, was it Michael Eisner that instituted the vault, which worked for a time, but like, are they trying to do that? Well, people aren't doing it anymore because Disney Plus is not putting out enough good content for that to actually work. That's not a viable business model for them anymore. Notably, young Indiana Jones is not on there with no explanation. They're not going to explain anything. Like, don't even think that they're ever going to come to the table and give you a press conference on why the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles is not on there. But this ongoing gap is emblematic of a broader pattern in which titles occasionally vanish. Now, they will try to tell you, I will give them their due diligence in just a second. They will try to tell you and lump in that the Willow series, just, a couple of months after it was finished releasing, and they just completely nixed it from the channel. Well, it was a D plus original. So that's the only way anyone could see it. They wanted to scrub it off the face of the planet, yet they put all that money into it, not even letting it garner a fan base, a possible niche fan base going down the line, which was really funny. And that really made Warwick Davis feel some kind of way. But according to this video and the reporting done by that place themselves, Jonas J. Campbell and Vash Sky, they said that there's internal cost cutting strategies and potential tax write offs, and those appear to be the factors. Um, well, they might appear to be. I don't really know if that's the entire tale of the tape, because Willow had a lot of identity politics, a lot of girl boss, a lot of lesbians in it, at least one ginger haired Jesus, and people just weren't showing up for it. Whether that would have stayed that way in perpetuity remains to be seen, because they completely nixed it off the service. Now, Disney reportedly received a hefty tax credit for removing the show that outweighed the financial benefit of keeping it available. Reportedly, although one thing that I'd have to see some numbers, because Disney can't report anything correctly to save their lives. There's always something else at play. There's always some kind of way that they're trying to smudge the numbers. They also say that there was no home video or digital release for the show outside of Disney Plus, because that's one of the big reasons why we need physical media, at least to be complementary to digital media. They also give some more anecdotal things. Disney Plus original series Haley's on It also vanished from the platform with little to no explanation. However, a that part place source close to the situation let it slip that Bob Iger himself okayed the exclusion, as it costs more to keep the show on Disney's ad sponsor platform than they were making off of it. I kind of wonder how all of this works. If you own the platform and you're charging subscriptions, and all you have to do is run the server basically, and it's ad based and everything like that. If you own all the rights to it, how does that cost more to keep it on there? to possibly get some latent views and some latent viewership later on. That doesn't really make much sense to me, but there are people smarter than me out there. There's a lot more people smarter than me out there. You probably are too. These are just questions that I would ask off the surface. Now, the initial removal says that the Indiana Jones films chalked up to a rights dispute between Disney and Paramount. Well, how long do those rights go before they expire with Paramount? Because these films were done in the 80s. I believe Last Crusade was 1991, but I would think that enough time, and I would have assumed that Disney had bought out the rights entirely. And if they hadn't, well, that was just another dumb move on their part, because if you wanted to do that, oh my gosh, classic films, especially the Indiana Jones franchise, arguably the second best. This is my second favorite anyway. Raiders of the Lost Ark takes the cake. But yeah, you would definitely want to have these around, because I know when Disney Plus first started, at least for me, it was the old classics that I wanted to see. Well, everything's on digital now. Most people aren't selling DVD players. We didn't have it on Blu-ray. Our VHS players all sucked or broke. Couldn't watch the old classics, the old things. And Disney Plus immediately had it. That's a big reason why they had such an influx of subscribers from the get-go. And of course, as they acquire new IPs, you expect that to be on Disney Plus if they want to be successful. But we don't even know that anymore. Do they ever want to be successful? Or was it just still a money laundering thing? I'm going to go back to that same thing. I need a tinfoil hat. But it all none of it makes really business sense to me. And it definitely doesn't pay attention to the fans or the consumers. But if you have anything else to say, let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you like what you see here, this is Malty from the GCA, and we do live streams every Wednesday, possibly more soon. Y'all take care and have a great one. Bye, 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 bye.